Good morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in the US. Good middle of the night, probably late night, to friends in Europe. I don't know where people are watching now or on replay. Hello, Gladys. I see you just logged on. Nice to see you. I'm going to give people another moment to jump on here. Gladys, I saw that you just posted that your office has shut down. I'm not sure what kind of office you work in, but yeah, welcome to the new reality, right? My husband's university office, university school has moved. They're in the process of moving completely online for teaching effective next week. The building is still open through Friday, but he's not teaching, so he's he's at home, and will be for the foreseeable future. They're actually locking his building, I guess, at the end of the day, Friday, and if you want it, get it, because you're not going back in. So we'll see. But he's not teaching this semester, so he's not directly affected. But because he has a lot of experience with online teaching, he is volunteered to be a resource for people who don't have so much time or experience with teaching online. So I'm just hoping that my feed holds up. With so many people working from home now, they have work to get bandwidth to residential internet as opposed to business internet. But Australia is not known for its robust internet service, so hopefully it's going to be okay here. Yeah, billing for local ambulance company. Well, you may be quite busy, but at least it seems like you could do that from home, so that's good. Better to be safe. I held my class, my tulips class, last Saturday, but I'm doing some serious thinking about my upcoming monthly class this Saturday. Yeah, they've said they don't feel a need to close schools here. Excuse my cough every once in a while. That we haven't reached that point, and in fact, we're really still quite well contained here in Australia. And I'm only considering canceling my class. They've just moved to asking people not to meet in groups of, I think, 10 or more. And I won't have that many. But since all of us come from disparate groups, when we do get together, I'm just thinking it's better to socially isolate to keep us from getting exponentially exploding cases here. But anyhow, I'll still hem and haw over that. Anyhow, my feed seems to be freezing, so I'm going to try refreshing again here and see what I can come up with. Yeah. I'll do it here for a little bit so I can see what's going on, and I'll switch screens to see comments. Please do keep commenting. I'll let you know that I probably will be dragging behind on the comments, but we'll try. So today I'm going to show you again. I think I've done a Casing Tuesday. In fact, I know I've done a Casing Tuesday for you here, but I'm going to show you the latest one and walk through a little bit more of the process that I go through when I'm doing a challenge thing like this. I've printed out the page the way it is on when she posts. Brenda Quintana is the administrator, leader, whatever you call her, for Casing Tuesday. And she posts them on Tuesdays on Facebook in that Facebook group. And I'll put a link to that on this video and in my blog. And what she does is she takes a picture from one of the catalogs, and then she also makes the sketch with measurements and posts those. And you can use this as your inspiration and do whatever you want. She says you can change a lot, a little, make the card just as it is in the catalog, and then post it. You can use the sketch as a guide when creating your card. We can't wait to see it, blah, blah, blah. I've started sketching out a couple of variations on this, but I wanted to show you some of my first steps and a tool that I have that I think is really helpful when working with something like this. Sometimes, especially if all you get is a picture without the measurements, or if you're getting the measurements in, like here they're in imperial, but in Australia we work in metric, or vice versa. So let me show you these. I've mentioned them before, I know. Oh, and I'll also show you, this is the page in the mini catalog that she has pulled from. This is page 21, and this is the picture that she took and just blew up for that challenge on the Facebook page. So you can always go back and look at what's in the actual catalog if you want. So let's see here. Hi, Nikki. I see you've joined in. I'm hoping I've got two different screens I can watch on, and one lets me see comments, and the other, but it seems to have frozen the picture. So I keep going back and forth between the two. And I'm not sure how much I'm lagging here. But in any case, I was going to show you the tools. So my upline here in Australia, Kylie Bertucci, has these card templates, which I think I've shown you before, but I think they are pretty fabulous for being able to suss out different layers. And what she's done is she's made them color-coded so that for example here, with Brenda's sketch, she said, okay, the card base 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I don't have a label on that one, but that's what that is. And then the next layer she's got is 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, there's that one, 3 3/4 by 5. And then 3 by 4 1/8. Well, Kylie's it's 3 by 4, close enough for what I'm trying to do. And then 2 5/16 by 3 7/8. I think that's this label piece. That I feel is very flexible. So I have it in imperial in inches, but I also have a set of the templates in metric. So for me, this is really helpful because now I can use the same, just pull out the layers in the same colors. So there's the gorgeous grape, there's the flirty flamingo, and hello, Highland Heather. And now I have the measurements to do the same proportional layering in the two different measuring systems. So, like I said, I find this really, really helpful. I don't know if people who work mostly in inches find most things are already written in inches and they don't need that. But I like it when I'm even just, coming up with my own design and want to see how big do I want my layers to be. I play with these templates all the time to figure that out. So I think it's worth it. It's $5 Australian. I will put the link on the comments for this video and in my blog. I think it's $5 for each set if you're doing inches or centimeters, and her online store will do all the conversions for you. So you don't have to worry about anything, and then you get free updates. She does updates fairly often. She adds layers or she tweaks layers, and you get those for free. She emails you when she does those. So I have found that very, very useful. So for my first card, I decided to take this layout and rotate it so that it's vertical. And I've reached the point in the year where I'm starting to look at using up my designer series paper from the annual catalog, because we're counting down a little bit towards the end of May, beginning of June, and it'll all retire, and yeah. So at first I did this, but it covered up so much of the pattern that I changed my mind and decided I wanted to use some vellum, which I like better, but it's kind of lost on there even. So I'm going to try adding some texture to the vellum, and I think what I'm going to do is use the Layered Leaves 3D, and I think I have to go grab some different pads because it's not actually the 3D, it's the old version. Oh, I think I've got one that'll work here. Okay, so I think this is the layer that I need. That's it. Let's see how that does. Got my big shot over here on the side. Yep. That did it. So I hope you can see that. That adds just a little texture, and I think that will be just enough, yep, to have it stand out a little bit there. So, where's my picture again? Yep. So I think what I'm going to do is grab a little tear and tape. Oh, and my glue. But I don't want the glue yet. I want just some tear and tape here. I'm planning on this being covered up, so I'm not so worried about it showing through. Glue that down. And I'm going to take some of this, is it ruched Daffodil Delight ribbon. I hope you guys can see. My feed is kind of blurry. Hi, Roseanne. And yeah, now I will glue that down. Okay, so there are my initial layers. I may do something to stick that down a little bit more, but I haven't quite figured out what I want to put for my sentiment piece. So I pulled out So Sentimental, which is what this sketch or the sample card is actually highlighting in the mini catalog. It's a sample that goes along with this So Sentimental. I also pulled out Peaceful Moments. I've been stocking up my birthday cards because, well, I send out a lot of birthday cards. But I'm also thinking about graduation is coming, even though a lot of commencements are going to be canceled, I believe. So that's a good possibility there. Maybe that's what I'll do. So, congratulations. Because congratulations can be used for a birthday too, if you really wanted it to be. So, there's that. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use this piece of old olive that I had thought it might be a layer. And yeah, once again, my picture's frozen, but I can see comments. So here we go. I'm going to do it in Versamark. And bring in my white embossing powder. You may have caught I did use my embossing buddy, so I don't have lots of extra speckly things there, which is good. I did powder. Oh my God, there's powder all over now. Hold on a second. We'll fix that here. Okay, and we will emboss that. There we go. And swap out platforms. And I think we'll use this one. Just gonna run that through the die cut machine here. I like this die. I don't know if you can see it. I hope so. It not only cuts the shape, but it also embosses a, I want to say a rim, but it embosses the shape on the inside edge too, or just inside the edge. So let's bring my card back in. That's going to go on there. see here. Where'd my ribbon go? Oh goodness. Let's try that again. So one of the people who comes to my class, she kept having trouble doing bows, and I kept telling her, sit and watch a movie and just take a scrap of ribbon or something and just keep tying and untying, playing with it till you get how it works to make it the way you want it. And she did, and now she comes to class and she can make bows, and that's a good thing for her. Didn't trim quite nicely. That could go on forever. So let me grab glue dots. There. I have a feeling this might do better with a little glue dot underneath. That's just to keep the ribbon from moving too much. I think we might do it that way. What do you think? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I do have some I do have some vellum adhesive. It's a 3M product, and I may pull out a little bit of it to stick down. Or I may just flatten the whole thing under one of my big blocks and see how that does. So there's one done. Let me clear that stuff away. And then I had an idea to do one horizontally. Again, changing up the papers, but again, I used the templates to figure out the sizes of the layers based on the American ones. I switched them to metric using those templates. And I thought maybe for this one's layer, I would use a different embossing folder. I'm liking using the embossing. And this one is the Coastal Weave 3D. And so a lot of times when I want to make sure things are straight, Stampin' Up! Has started putting this line on the folders, and that makes it really easy to get things aligned straight. So I will run that through my embossing machine. Yeah, I like that on there. I don't know how much texture you can see. This one's got the same, again, the ribbon. I'm going to use this carried over, what's it called, metallic ribbon in Seaside Spray, yes? Yes. So cut off some of that. I love that whole suite from the holiday catalog is going to be back in next year's holiday catalog. I think that is awesome that they have decided that and told us that. So, get some glue on this piece. And even though that ribbon is sparkly, I'm still thinking this card is going to take a little more masculine slant. Hi, Katie. Now, I have to figure out what's going on with this one. Again, looking for a good sentiment for this one. And I'm gonna pop off for a second here and see what I can find on my shelf for a second. I won't be gone long. Okay, this one's Perennial Birthday, and I like it because it's got a couple of good, just block. Sentiments. That one is tight, isn't it? But it might just work. Let's give that a try. This one I'm gonna do okay, I clear off a little space here because of what I want to do. I'm going to stamp first. I'm going to ink up in Versamark. And then in Night of Navy. A little bit of Versamark on my Night of Navy pad is not going to hurt it at all. The Night of Navy is probably wet enough that I could emboss with it by itself, but putting the Versamark layer there first just ensures it. No questions asked. So this time I'm going to bring in some clear embossing powder. think I got powder everywhere this time. It's a good thing. So now I will heat that up. So now I hope you can see this. I, of course, cannot. Trying this feed again. There we go. It's a little bit raised and glossy and embossed and beautiful. And we'll see about getting that placed on there just right. I think it will just work. Yes. Okay, so I'll get my machine set up again for cutting. And see what is going on here. Okay, run that through. Yeah, that worked quite well. So, gosh, I hope you guys are able to see something. Mine is there we go, maybe for the moment. So I think that's going to work nicely, and I don't think it needs much else. I'm not going to put a bow. What do you think? Come here. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. I think that can be used for anybody. Even with a little bit of sparkle in the ribbon. It's not sorry, I'm losing my thoughts because I'm jumping ahead of myself here. Yeah, I don't could do something like that, but I'm not sure. Oops. It's rolling a lot. I'm not sure it needs it. Yeah, I could put, what do you think? I don't know. I'm looking for input here. What do you think? Oh, now I've got everything working. Yeah, there's a surprise. Yeah, I think I like it better plain too. I'm just futzing. Oh, and see, there's someone else who thinks they're fun. Anyone else want to break the tie? Yeah, the screen is, I'm finally working here. I don't know why. Oh, maybe not. My picture seems to have frozen too. Good either way. Yeah. Like it without the charm. Okay, I'm gonna just stop. There we go. So, that's one sketch, 2 ways, a resource for you guys with the templates. Here is the, let me get it on here. I believe I'm now adding a comment. Yep. There's the link for Kylie's store with her templates. I will also have that on the blog post and in the up in the notes or the description or something on the higher up on the video too, but it's there. There's that one and there's that one. And then again, so you guys who are stuck at home, we're all stuck at home, right? Why don't you play along with the Casing Tuesday? You can join the group, and I'll put a link to that as well. And you can play along, upload your creation to her board, or at least send it to me so I can see it. I would love to see what you guys make out of it. The great things about things like this is that use what you've got in your stash. You can take any liberties you want with shapes and patterns, and you can even change up the layer sizes if you want. You don't have to be a stickler like I was today. You can do whatever you want and make it your own, and it's fun. So another fun thing to do when you have a sketch challenge like this is to find like a color challenge and mash them together so that you're using this sketch with whichever colors are in the color challenge and doing a twofer. That's a fun thing as well. I just didn't have a chance to look for a color challenge to do that with, but yeah. Have fun, play around, show me what you're making. And I will be back here next Wednesday. Have a great week. Bye-bye.